Good day, fine people. Welcome back once again. My name is Nick on the ZX Spectrum. Well, 48K, although this one's designed for 16K. This game's called Lancelords. It says on the cassette cover anyway. It says Lancelord, actually within the game. It's also called Joust Lancelord. There we go. Published by Rabbit Software in 1983. The game also came out on the Commodore 64. You can define your own keys here, but there's only 3, left, right and like flap to fly and stuff, so we'll go O, P and A. It's based on the arcade coin-up Joust from Williams Electronics in 1982, a cover we've already looked at on the Atari 2600, and there was a game, if you want to check out that review, also in 1983 called Winged Warlords, based on the same game by CDS and Microsystems there. So there we go. This is different to Winged Warlords in that the I'm the white one, by the way. The creatures are a lot bigger. We're on the back of an ostrich with a jousting stick. We must destroy all the other ostriches, thereby hitting them slightly above where well, if we hit them slightly above, they die. They hit us slightly above, we die. If we kill them, they turn into an egg, as you can see from that, well, you could see from that magenta one below. We need to land on the egg to blow that up. And if we don't, that hatches into another devilish ostrich. Now, this is level 1. Hopefully I'll get off level 1. But anyway, once you kill all the ostriches, they will be another stage. Maybe a slightly different design. That's him dead. Kill the egg. Same different design, but more ostriches to kill each time. Now, in the arcade cabinet, occasionally some sort of pterodactyl thing flew across. Can't see that happening here. As I say, in Winged Warlords, have a look at that conversion as well. Everything was slightly smaller. We've got slightly bigger birds here. There we go. I do like slightly bigger birds. Did he say that? You think he might have done. But anyway, never mind. What am I going on about? Anyway, nonsense gameplay, dodgy chat. It's not. We just say what the first thing that comes to the top of my head. It's not scripted at all, and we're stress busting. Yay! Right, land on those eggs. Don't let them hatch. There's 2 look, always in the same place there. Surely I can land on those. Now, the controls are tricky in this one. It's going to take you, if you just load this up, you're going to take a bit of a while to get a hang of the thing. It's probably best not to do 2 buttons at the same time, left and right and flying. If you want to fly, just hit the A button or whatever you defined, and then just like guide it there afterwards. So it's all about hovering. Right, so this is stage 2, I think, wasn't it? There's an egg. Later on, you've got lava to contend with either side of the platform, so you don't want to bump into that. It moves slow enough. It's okay. Would I have played it a lot back in the day? Yes. Do I prefer it to Winged Warlords? Well, they're both pretty much evenly matched, to be honest with you. This has got bigger graphics and better animation, but because the graphics are slightly bigger, it's a little bit more tricky, should we say. But yeah, this is probably the most accomplished out of the 2. So out of Winged Warlords and Lancelords, I'd have this one slightly ahead, but not by a great deal. I certainly wouldn't cry that I bought one and not the other one. We're on the back of ostriches, folks. If you are currently on the back of an ostrich in a jousting competition against some evil foe, also on the back of an ostrich, then comment below, especially if he's on the back of a green ostrich and you're on a white one. High score on the top right, this is my first go, score on the top left, and that's pretty much it. Survive as long as you can. We're not quite sure how many levels this one has, but it's quite simple. You know, check out the review of Joust on the Atari 600 as well if you want to see absolutely everything. But it's a nice idea. You might have played a game like this before, you might not have at all. But you know, Joust is a classic game from the arcades back in 1982. So right, early days. So it's a part of the fabric of early gaming, the foundation, which led to a lot of other stuff. It's a game that's got a bit of inertia. Now, as you can see, look at the animation there for 1983. We've got, well, I say volcanic lava, but this is bright green, whatever the equivalent there is. Maybe we're in some sort of chemical factory instead. Right, so the trick here is to try and expertly land on your other guys without being hit by some of the others. So just to confirm then, you need to hit other ostrich riders slightly above to kill them. If other ones hit you slightly above you, you die. If you both hit level, then it's no advantage is made either way, or disadvantage. Land on an egg once they're released. If you don't, it hatches again into another ostrich. Not based on any true life scenario, this. I don't think Lancelords or Joust or Winged Warlords will be an event in the Olympics anytime soon. Well, why did I mention the Olympics for? It reminded me of that game we reviewed a couple of weeks ago called Olympiad 86, which was absolutely awful. Try Hypersports and Daily Thomas Decathlon, do not try Olympiad 86. See, that's what happened, didn't it? whenever there was a successful game there which sold loads, there's always the imitations. Put your favourite imitation game below, based on a really great game. I'm sure you'll have a few. Right, there's no volcanic lava down the bottom here, so we're okay. Now, I lost all my lives, you might have noticed there in the last one, but it doesn't bring you back to the title screen again, like another game we reviewed earlier on today. You seem to be back into the play from level 1 again. So my high score is in the top right, normal score top left. Fairly easy game to get into, free controls, just like the other game we reviewed today, Dr. Frankie and the Monster. Have a look at that if you're watching these live as they go up. Please consider subscribing if you watch this far into the video. As I say, it's all about stress busting. We never take ourselves too seriously. I might get the occasional bit of information wrong, but the equivalent is that we're just round a friend's house mucking about having a laugh. There we go, not a bath, a laugh, right? That's it. Good. Right, I don't know if you're round a friend's house having a bath, but that's suspect activity. Play computer games instead. Right, there's an egg there which seems to have fallen right between... How do I land on that thing? I don't know, I'm going to get on that. So it seems to be an area of the screen which you can't access, but it's a mystery area, like a blind spot that you'd have on your driving test or in a car. Game has got good animation, I'd say that. It's got a bit of character to it. It's quite easy to know what to do. Controls take a bit of mastering. I'm getting gradually better as the review's going on. Say that about your first or second go. And I'm quite pleased with it, my first second go. I would have played this quite a bit. You know, it's got a comical thing like Hunchback does and all those sort of games from the early Ocean ones, but this is Rabbit Software. Rabbit Software's games are a bit of a mixed bag. There's a lot of ones in the early days, but this is one of the better conversions. And I was familiar with Joust in the arcades, and I wanted a Joust equivalent on the Spectrum. I wouldn't have been disappointed with this one. It's one of those games, a bit hypnotic, a bit like Enduro, I suppose, and China 600. But you can play it for a long time without really noticing and about a great deal of things really happening. As a kid, you just want to see what the layout is of the next stage. And for that, I give it a big thumbs up. So I like this game. And another one where people were compiling their top 20 that probably wouldn't feature, but, you know, it's, as I say, animation-wise, it's pretty cool. Right, these ostriches certainly get well fed. I don't think ostriches can fly, can they, normally? So that is that's maybe the joke. I think there might have been a Nintendo compilation, I think, which, with arcade games, there might have been a game within there. Someone correct me now that I'm wrong and say it was the Mega Drive, I'm not quite sure. 1983, so just 1 year after Joust, and I think that did pretty good business on the arcades. Now, if you don't land on the egg quick enough, they will start flashing. Don't you start flashing, you get into trouble, and they will turn into another birdie. On other versions, the birds different skill level or different difficulties depending on the colour. Here, they're just random colours, it seems, and they're the same skill set, whatever. So you've got green, cyan, and whatever. Yes, so I've got to about stage 3 or 4, haven't I, on my first go, so that's quite promising. Sound, it's not a great deal of sound, but what is there is as we expected, so that's fine for the era. Lancelords, I would have been proud to have this in my collection. If I got it on a C90 tape, I wouldn't have copied over it. I would have seen that it was okay, and I would have played it between other games as well. So a good bit of relaxing when you got home from school, 1983. So I would have been, what would I have been? 9 or maybe coming up to 10, so 9 years old. The 9-year-old me would have given this quite a bit of play, and he wouldn't have been embarrassed to load it up when friends come round as well. Right, slightly above, nope, see, I landed on top of him there. You've got to get the right point, that's it, he's exploded. Egg goes flying down. If the egg lands in that chemical green mess, you don't have to bother landing on it, so that's maybe a bit of a skill. Biff, have to be a bit precise there. So level 4, men left 2, single platform now. Don't land on the chemical stuff or you will die. Remember that. Write that down in your notebooks. If you are a big fat ostrich, comment in the comment section below. Is this a good representation of your day or is it complete fabrication? Right, an egg goes there. And I don't know why they turn into an egg each time. Anyway, so that's two done. I'm starting to get a bit... I'm impressed with my gradual improvement of this game. I'm getting quite skilled. I'm learning the sweet spot now to blowing these people up. They're not overly aggressive. I think we've got a lance. They've probably got a snooker cue, or maybe one of those odd attachments for cleaning cobwebs out of tall rooms. But anyway, they don't seem to be attacking me in any great style. They're just moseying on about like those brachiosaurs in Jurassic Park. They're just milling about the water hole, and I'm coming along like a T-Rex, blowing them all up. So you know, if they do bash into me, it's just random. They're not coming after me like the AI Ghost in any Pac-Man clone I know of. So it seems like once you get used to controls, you can pick them off at will, Commander. There we go. Yeah, so don't get, if you first load this up, don't get disappointed that you can't control the thing. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but you soon, evidently here, as I've proven, go on, egg foot, no, right, I thought it was going to fall in the green stuff. As I've proven here, you can get it quite quickly, and then I think goes will be pretty long. I think it goes lasting quarter of an hour plus on this. Won't be too silly, unless the ostriches get a bit quicker later on and flying up and down. There's a guy staying right to the top of the screen, so unless he goes a bit lower, I'm not going to be able to get him. Come down, you stupid ostrich. Oh man. I think there was a football player called John Ostrich. He used to play for Liverpool. Citation needed. I don't think he was an actual ostrich. John Ostrich, and the ostrich had a moustache, I think. Anyway, maybe you can add some more information about that. There's that egg that goes into that. Is that it? The end of the level? Must be the end of the level. It's not the end of the level. Oh man, right, is that the end of the level? It must be the end of the level. End of the level? No. These ostriches keep turning up. So as you can see, the further we go, further we go, the more ostriches or ostri there are trying to ruin your day. This is a cyan ostrich. We're all killing a cyan ostrich. Cyan ostrich. Cyan ostrich. That's a cyan ostrich song. There we go. Very similar to the Cyan Submarine song, if you know that from previous videos. Right, green, washing machine. I'd like to see how the Commodore 64 version plays on this one. I expect it's very similar. It might be a bit of music playing. I'm quite fascinated now to find out. Right, up we go. Stage 5, Clive, Sir Clive. Right, so there's more and more of these fellas buzzing around. Buff. Remember, if you don't land on the egg, it will hatch into another beastie for you to try and take out. Not to dinner. If you have taken out an ostrich to dinner, how did that go? And what meal did the ostrich order? And did everyone look at you a bit strangely, thinking that twit's a restaurant with an ostrich? Oh, Kabiff, level 5, men left 1. Last life, this will be my last go on it as well, but I've been quite impressed. It's a good conversion all round. Got more character than Winged Warlords, but in the play there isn't a great deal to separate the two together. As I said before, just by the smallest of margins, I would pick this one over that one. But it's Joust, isn't it? The difficulty level isn't ramping up a great deal. I'd like the enemy to come at you a bit more than this, but you can't have everything as I go into green chemicals and die. It's game over, plover. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. Yeah, if you want to load it, play it, and get it from Spectrum Computing for free if you've got an emulator. But that was Lancelords, published by Rabbit Software 1983, also known as Joust Lancelord. It was for the 16K computer, although we played it on 48K here. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below, based on Joust, the arcade game from William Electronics 1982. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We're on the back of ostriches, folks. If you are currently on the back of an ostrich in a jousting competition against some evil foe, also on the back of an ostrich, then comment below, especially if he's on the back of a green ostrich and you're on a white one.